Hi, this is Emily. How are you, everybody? My good friends. I'm just gonna talk very little. I'm not gonna talk a lot now because I'm not really. Um, I have a lot of things I have to do tomorrow, and I got so many things on my mind, and I have to see my son. But I do like to try to do some videos every now and then. It helps me, just like my writing helps. The basis of my video in this instance is to talk about how I feel when I go out. I'm dressing like a woman now full time, 24/7, except when I'm in the presence of my son. Then I still wear women's clothes technically, but they're much more harder to distinguish. Obviously, if I show up in a dress, it's women's clothes, but pants and a blouse, sometimes it's not so easy. But I'm having fun. I enjoy being feminine and getting back to where I should have been a long time ago. But many things happen in life. Plus, I have many joys in my life, so it's kind of a blessing actually that I didn't transition until later in my life. We all hoped to do things when we're young, but the reality of life is you have to let it play out. And my life has played out, and it's not as bad. It's not. I mean, there's a lot of suffering and tragedy and pain, and my son's in the hospital. I'm not all that happy right now. I'm actually very sad because my son needs a lot of help, and we're really kind of caught in the middle. We really don't know what to do. We've been trying to deal with all the medical staff at the doctors uh, that are seeing Maddie. I don't know what they're really actually doing because I've never seen any improvement. I actually started to make improvement on my own after I was hospitalized several times, going for treatment. I go to Beth Israel, as I mentioned in earlier videos, but I have good doctors. I have a good therapist. I have a good psychiatrist and a psychologist that I speak with also on occasion. You know, it helps to talk. And I now have, friends that have reached out to me, especially through Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, he's a genius because he never realized the gravity of what he created and how it impacts so many people. If anybody's touched the lives of others, Mark Zuckerberg has. Um, but Facebook is good because I use it also for other things. I'm actually using Facebook to log into other social media sites. They make it easy now, so you don't have to keep remembering passwords. So I like that. I'm actually listening to some cool music. I don't I don't know if you can actually hear it. Um, I want to do a profile of some music groups because I'm starting to find more interest in writing and aiming in different areas. Obviously, I want to address the things that I go through personally and with my son. So, transgender and autism are on the top of the list. But other things I would like to write about are like music. I've been reaching out to some bands actually. I've been becoming friends through social mediums like MySpace, um, and also Reverb Nation. And I come across these new groups. Like this girl group is really cool. I like them. They're called the Accidentals. The Silence is one of my favorites. But when you listen to their music, there's something about it that really is very intriguing. I enjoy it. And also Dream Aria is a group based in Toronto, Canada, that I've become friends with on MySpace and also on Reverb Nation. And I enjoy getting to touch base with music people. I think it's interesting. I kind of live on that kind of cusp of what a musician does, in the sense with the way I dress and my trying to still be young when I'm 52. I think the transitioning is helping me feel better about life, and I feel much happier because when I look at myself, I'm like amazed that I'm really transitioning, and I'm more and more looking like a female. Even my good friend from high school, Janet Roshenko, complimented me in the photo that I posted on Facebook with the gathering of some of the friends that we hung out with on Friday. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and I was grateful for it. And I even had my coach come, and he embraced me as Emily. He cares about me. He's kind of getting to understand the situation. Also, I'm talking about things that I like. I just got into a new website called Fashionista, which I think is pretty cool, since I'm into women's fashion. And Favorum, which is another page. They're all kind of similar, like Pinterest I love. I'm like hooked on that right now. And now I kind of am getting hooked on all these other social media sites. Fashionista I like. Also, I'm on Wiki now with Fashion Wiki and also Fifth Harmony Wiki. So it's pretty interesting. When you really navigate, you kind of come upon these new sites, and my About Me page is cool because I can kind of organize all these social media sites to my About Me page. So it's like my little story with links and connections to all my writings, my social media sites, my videos, everything. It's pretty interesting. I really wanted to talk about my hair and how I'm so happy with the way it came out, the hairstyle. I mean, it cost me a good amount of money, but it was worth it, you know? I went a whole lifetime wearing a wig, and now to go out and just wear my natural hair, I mean, it's been colored, it's got highlights, you know, I'm doing the girly stuff. Why not? That's what I want to do. It's what I am. And I feel really better. I feel younger too. And I've lost weight, so I fit into nice size dresses. And I love to look at the way I look in a dress. I mean, you know, I love women. I love my wife. But I also love being feminine. I've always been feminine. I knew from an early age that I was. It's called transgender, gender dysphoria. I was trying to get a definition out yesterday on a video, and actually I never really did define it. But transgender, really, the definition in an easy way is where your mind, your heart, and your soul reflect your, in my case, my feminine side. I identify in the feminine. So I'm in my mind, my heart, and my soul, I'm a woman. And when I was young, I was a girl. I identified as a girl. Now I am a woman. But I wasn't born a girl, so I'm not a woman in the true sense of the word. But in my heart, my mind, my soul, I'm a woman just like any other woman. To confirm the completion of becoming a female, you have to go through the full surgery. I want to do it, but I can't afford it, and I also have a son that needs me to put him through college. So the money is better served for my son. He's much younger than I am. I'm 52. If I want to really become a woman fully, I'll have to figure it out. But for the time being, Maddie is my priority. He always has been. He always will be. But I also have to transition. So I'm transitioning through hormones. I take estradiol for the feminine development, the breast growth, the shape. I really am becoming more shapely as a female. And my skin. My skin is very nice and soft. And I go to an electrolysis who's doing a miraculous job. I mean, there was a time when I used to have to shave like every day. Now my skin is so nice and soft, and I don't even see much hair there. There used to be a lot, but you know, you gotta stay on top of it. And electrolysis is expensive. I mean, I have to make a budget for it. And there was a long time when I wasn't going for the electrolysis. Now I'm going to a hairstylist, and I'm all excited. I got a good hairstylist. Actually, the name of the hairstylist, I wish I had the card actually. Let me go back. This is a little hard to do, but I'm gonna do it. Because I promised I would. Sorry about that. Yeah, this hairdresser, um, she did a wonderful job. Mirage is the name of the salon. Mirage Salon. They're located on 17 East Old Country Road, Dulco Plaza in Hicksville. Their phone number is 516-939-2800. Their hours of operation on Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's Mirage Salon. But I went there, and they are really very nice girls. They made me feel so welcome. You know, I'm not as shy as I used to be, but, you know, in certain situations it's a little hard for me. But I went in there and, you know, what the heck, you know, I lived my whole life. You know, now it's time to do what I have to do, which is to transition. And, you know, the first thing when you transition is you want to look the best you can. You have to present as more feminine than you ever could. And for me, it's not that hard because I've always knew inside that I was a girl. So for me, going out and being addressed as madam or miss is something that I've always enjoyed and wanted. But it's like I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm being addressed as a woman. It's not like that, because this is how I felt all my life. So for me, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's tremendous. I feel very happy. I mean, words can't express how happy I feel. But, you know, this is what I've been expecting, you know. This is why I transitioned, because that's how I want to be referred to. And I would feel insulted if I wasn't addressed in that fashion. So that's the goal, is to be as feminine looking as possible. And the more I take the hormones, the more I do the electrolysis, over time I will look exactly like a woman. The only thing different is the plumbing. I still have male plumbing, and to have a vagina, which I really would love to have, that takes time because you got to go for surgery. The surgery, to me, I wouldn't be afraid actually to do the surgery. Why would I be afraid? It's something I've always needed to do. The thing is, it's just like the arrangements, you know. If I do it, I can't do it here in this country. It's too expensive. If I was to do the surgery, I'd really have to go to Thailand, because Thailand is like the mecca for transgender, transsexual surgery, male to female, or sex change operation. There are doctors here also that will do the surgery, but they just cost too much. I think in Colorado there's a place too, Trinidad, Colorado. There was a well-known doctor, Dr. Bieber, I think, Stanley Bieber, and I think he passed away, and he actually did surgery on another male to female transgender. Now she's operating and doing surgery. So she took a lot of his client base, and she's a full woman. She had the full surgery, and she's also a surgeon. So that's quite incredible. I think I came across her name. I don't remember where she's practicing, what state, but I actually sent information to get more about the cost of the surgery and the process, because it is done in a span of time. It's not done in one setting, you know, obviously. And you can go all out. I mean, There are people that do facial feminization surgery. They do the whole 9 yards, but I can't do that. I'm lucky if I can do the sex change. Um, but I'm still gonna be a woman in my own way, you know, whether I have the male plumbing, female plumbing, whatever. It's just the way I identify: transgender, female, woman, girl, woman, trans woman. That's what I am, you know. I present as a woman because I am a woman. I can't help it. But you know, I'm happier. I love to be a girl. I love wearing dresses. I love being feminine. You know, I could throw a baseball. I could compete. I can probably do better than a lot of guys on a baseball field. But you know, now it's my time to be feminine, to live as a woman. That's what I've always wanted. That's always what I hoped. And I don't know why there's such a stigma attached to transgender. I mean, there are guys that I used to be friends with high school that don't accept me. But then I have good friends like Marty, my friend Marty Schindelheim. And I have girls that are friends with me. They accept me. They understand. You know, it's good. I like it. Plus, I want to be actually out hanging out with the girls. You know, you want to be with the people you identify with, and I think the girls are embracing me, which is nice. It's a tremendous feeling when you kind of can be accepted as one of the girls. I mean, for a guy to become a girl and then to be automatically accepted into that sorority, the sisterhood, it's one of the best feelings in the world. I can't imagine any other feeling better than that, other than marrying and having a son or a daughter or, you know, a child. But, yeah, it's just phenomenal. I love it. I just love being a female. Every day I love to wear a dress. You know, I could wear a dress every day. Girls don't usually wear dresses, but for me, you know, I had to struggle all my life. I had to wear dresses underneath my suit and ties. Now I want to break loose. I want to be the woman that I always knew I was. You know, I feel better too. And I feel good. I got my hair done nicely. And I'm going to go for the maintenance. I think it's every 6 weeks. The only thing is the cost. It is costly, but, you know, I have to try to figure it out because, you know, I got mortgage issues. I got other issues. You know, I've been doing a little Christmas shopping. I'm spending money, but, you know, I don't know. What are you supposed to do? Just live in a shell and just give up? I can't. I have to still live, you know? I have to pay bills. I'm going to have to catch up, but, you know, we have to have a Christmas, too. And my son's probably going to be in the hospital for this Thanksgiving, so there's not going to be any celebration. We're not going to have a celebration. Plus, my son doesn't eat turkey or mashed potatoes like that with the trimmings. He only eats mashed potatoes, so our situation isn't the best, but, you know, we gotta try to get through it. You know, it's not so easy, but life is not easy. And I'm 52. I'm getting old. That's why I'm trying to live as a female and get some time in that feminine role. You know, I love shopping when I can buy and afford. I do confess that I have gone overboard with shopping at times, but that's part of my condition too, is the OCD and being transgender and identifying as a woman and needing to have the clothes. And the hardest part is when I was purging, because I had so many nice clothes and I got rid of them. I gave them into a charity drop-off bin, but soon after I did that, I found myself shopping again. So, you know, you think you're gonna stop the behavior, but it doesn't stop. It's not gonna stop, because that's you. You know, that's who I am. And there's really no escaping that, unless you commit suicide, which I've considered many times. But I don't know if I could go through with it, especially with a son. Yeah, life is complicated, and I'm happy though, and also I'm happy that I'm reaching out to old, well, classmates from high school days. I mean, there's a girl that I used to have a crush on, Rachel, who I'm friends with now. She's sweet. And Karen, I like Karen Walker. She's a nice girl. She's very shy, but sweetheart. Alice Abramson, Dorothy, the girl who arranged it. Oh, she's gonna kill me. I forgot her name. How could I forget her name? Oh, I have to get her name. She's sweet. She arranged this whole thing for me. It was really nice. Actually, I just talked to her today too. That's funny. I'm talking to all these girls now. Oh my god. I never really thought this would ever happen. I'm married, but I'm just like one of the girls actually. But life is very um, unpredictable. Yeah, I guess I could say unpredictable and mysterious. And sometimes we don't know what our life road will, where our road journey will take us. You know. But when I get compliments from like girls who are beautiful, like Janet Rose Schenkel, when she says I look beautiful, I think she said like beautiful or something. That really made my day. Made me feel good. It's nice when a girl compliments you as a girl. I mean, you know, for me it's special because I struggled since I was 4, being transgender, and I never had anybody to talk to about it. It's hard. I don't know. If I could try to help people to deal with it, I would do that. I don't know what capacity I could help somebody, but I think if I keep doing what I'm doing, like writing and doing videos addressing transgender and autism and depression and suicide, it may help somebody. I mean, Coach helped me. Coach was a big influence in my life. If it wasn't for Coach, I wouldn't be here. I'm telling you the truth. You know, there was a story behind what Coach did for me. I was a very shy kid, and I had a love for sports, 'cause I had to prove myself. You know, Here I was, this little kid who, in his heart, knew he was really a girl, but he had to pretend and struggle, even though he felt like a woman when he was getting older, and a girl when he was younger. He had to fight and repress that and try to overcompensate. So he sought out sports, but he wasn't good enough to play baseball. I mean, he played Little League, he did well, even won trophies. But on the junior high school level, he almost made the team, but last tryouts he wasn't successful. And in high school, had the intentions to try out, but wasn't quite good enough to make the team. Even though I love baseball. Baseball is one of my favorite sports. I just wasn't the material for the team. But I get choked up when I talk about this, but I'm gonna try to get through it without crying like last night. Coach, what can I say about my coach? Other than that, he helped me through a very difficult time. My mom was in and out of psychiatric hospitals. My dad was drinking. He had his troubles, but he worked hard, and he was a good parent, good father. He took care of us when Mom was in the hospital, but he also had to work, so it was hard, and he was always going and visiting Mom. We were visiting Mom too. It was a very bad time. But what can I say? Life is not so easy. It's a struggle. We're struggling now. My son's back in the hospital. He's in the hospital where my mom used to wind up, South Oaks. That's very upsetting to me, but we have to get him help. And Satok supposedly is a good hospital, so we're relying on them to help. But obviously they're now in a situation where they gotta find him new options for him, because he's not ready to come home, unfortunately. I wish things could be easier, you know. I guess that's why we need friends, help us get through the tough times. I'm speaking from my heart. If I pause, there's a reason for it, because sometimes I just feel frustrated, and I don't know. Usually the words just flow, you know. I'm becoming a chatterbox, actually, you know. I'm really developing in a feminine way. And I'm very pleased, actually, with the way I'm transitioning. Alright, I didn't finish the definition of transgender. I think I did, though. My mind, my heart, my soul, female. My body, male. Conflict. That's as simple as that. Transgender. I identify as a girl. I'm born a boy. The only way I can reconcile it is to transition or ignore it, which I can't. I tried many times, suppressing it, repressing it. I can't. Or suicide. Sadly, many transgender do succumb to that. Do I want to do that? No. Have I thought about it? Yes. Would I do it? Possibly. Would I do it tonight? No. Maybe in a year? Possibly. Don't know. Depends on what's going on with financial situation. If we're forced into the streets and we're homeless, then yes, I will have to do that. Despite the fact that I'm happy as Emily. I would never inflict homelessness on my family. If they're going to get a $1.5 million settlement, then I'm going to protect them and I'm going to take my life for it. But hopefully it won't come to that. It's scary though out there. The economy sucks. I'm not doing well. I'm sick in my mind. I'm not able to work. I got a son who needs me. I mean, how can I work when I have a son who's going to mess up in his life if he doesn't get back on right track? I could never live with myself if my son is a failure. I mean, we're doing everything we can to get him protected if that's the case and he can't work. Obviously, I'm not going to hold it against him. I love my son. You know, I want to protect him. I have to. That's my obligation as a parent. And I'm a father. Still, I am a father. I'm a father, but I wear women's clothes. Big deal. Is there such a big deal? Who cares? What do you care? Why would anybody care? So what? I look good. I feel good. I'm happy. People make such a big deal over clothes. I don't get it. Why? What's the big deal? If a boy wants to wear a dress, let him wear a dress. What's the big deal? Society, you gotta get over this, man. This is not right. Stop making people feel so upset and living in a closet. You know? It's fucked up, man. Don't do it. Learn. Accept. Stop with this. Enough already. Transgender people have suffered enough. We don't need any more suffering. It's not right. Just let us be who we are. That's all we ask. Acceptance. We're not pushing this on anybody. We just want to be accepted. That's all. And that's all. Thank you.